Today we're digging into something fundamental. What does it actually mean to be wealthy?
Yeah, it's a big question. We hear things like, the best things in life aren't things. Bob Marley famously said, my riches is life.
Exactly. Or Dag Abbey, that mountain guy living simply, finding real happiness without the big house, the big car.
Right. And that leads us straight into our source for this deep dive, Robin Sharma's book, The Wealth Money Can't Buy.
In this book, it offers a pretty radical view of success, doesn't it? Moving way beyond just cash and stuff.
Totally. So our mission here is to unpack the core ideas, give you a shortcut, really, to understanding what Sharma sees as a truly rich life.
The focus on the first three big forms of wealth he talks about, pulling out, practical habits, maybe some surprising facts you can actually use.
And Sharma, he sets a really personal tone. He wrote this from Italy, right? Saying he wants to be like a companion, a friend to the reader.
Yeah, and he's quite direct about genuine success versus, what does he call it? The fake version programmed into too many good people.
He even shares his own story selling his place, moving with just 3 suitcases.
Only for the airline to lose them, which is kind of funny, given the topic.
It really illustrates his point, doesn't it? And that story about the ski instructor.
Oh, yeah, the instructor saying, we aren't rich, but we have a rich life. That sparked the whole book title.
It's a great way to start because it immediately makes you question things. Sharma points out how our culture worships billionaires, but maybe overlooks a teacher inspiring kids.
That's the core tension, right? The countercultural idea. So if it's not just about money, what are these real riches?
He lays out 8 specific forms of wealth, and the key idea is you need to be nurturing all of them to live, as he puts it, abundantly and beautifully.
8. Okay, what are they?
They are growth, wellness, family, craft, money, community, adventure, and service.
Wow. Okay, so a whole ecosystem of wealth.
Exactly. They're all connected. You can't just focus on one and expect that truly rich life.
All right, let's dive into the first one then. Growth. The daily self-improvement habit. Sharma seems to think this is foundational.
Absolutely. He says, personal mastery is a currency far more precious than anything money could ever buy.
And what's the main principle behind that?
It's what he calls the outer change follows inner change law. Basically, a brilliant outer life starts with a beautiful interior one.
So your external world reflects your internal state.
Pretty much. He says, you will never be able to create, produce, prosper, and savor any higher than what you are. Your inner level sets the ceiling.
That really puts the focus inward. So how do we start cultivating that inner growth, according to Sharma?
A key starting point is to honor your greatness. And this isn't just, positive thinking. It's really appreciating what you've been through, who you've become.
He makes a distinction, doesn't he, between the heroic self and the egoic self.
Yes, exactly. The heroic self is your authentic, capable core. The egoic self is more shaped by past hurts, maybe negative beliefs.
So connecting with that heroic self that strengthens not just you, but all your relationships too.
That's the idea. It's the bedrock. And this links to that story he tells about the rideshare driver.
Right, the immigrant who arrived with, what, $260?
Yeah, just $260. But through focus, hard work, a real desire to grow, he saved up, bought a house, supported 11 family members.
Wow, that really drives home Sharma's point. Victims make excuses, leaders deliver results.
It's all about personal responsibility, taking ownership.
But life throws curveballs, right? Pain, setbacks. Sharma has a really interesting take. Worship your wounds. What's that about?
It's about reframing, seeing difficulties not as signs you're broken, but as unseen gifts, hidden treasures, he calls them.
Yes, like wisdom, resilience.
Exactly. Wisdom, understanding, resilience, compassion. His core belief is life unfolds for your fortune, never for your failure. It's a powerful mindset shift.
Challenging, but definitely empowering. And part of that growth involves learning, right? He's big on reading.
Oh, huge. The human who reads the most wins. That's his mantra. He even coined that term babble.
Babble. What's that stand for again?
Book accumulation beyond life expectancy. He sees reading like having a chat with the author. One new idea, he thinks, can just revolutionize your whole world.
I love that. Babble. And then there's this other habit, eat alone fairly often. That sounds uncomfortable for a lot of people.
It really can be. He sees it as a way to build bravery, facing that potential social judgment.
Because people often grab their phones immediately if they're alone in public.
Right. He says sitting there without a device is like an act of magic workers. It connects to his idea that the way you do one thing creates the way you do everything. It's about being okay in your own skin.
That's surprisingly deep for such a simple action.
Hmm.
Now, shifting focus a bit, he talks about relationships and their impact. That, quote, hang with clowns, expect a circus. Pretty blunt.
Very blunt. It's about doing a courageous audit of who you spend time with. He basically says you can build a great life or stay with toxic people, but you can't do both.
So our associations have a massive impact on our growth.
Undeniably. And linked to that growth mindset, he encourages us to become a yes person.
Not saying yes to everything, though.
No, no. More about saying yes to things that push you new projects, travel, relationships that feel a bit risky but offer growth. He contrasts it with entitlement, which he thinks keeps us small.
So leaning into discomfort for the sake of expansion. Got it. Okay, let's move to the second form of wealth. Wellness.
Right. The steadily optimize your health habit. This feels obvious, maybe, but Sharma really hammers it home. Health is a type of wealth.
And without it, the other stuff doesn't matter much.
Exactly. Physical, mental, emotional, spiritual well-being. They're the foundation. He quotes that old wisdom saying,
The one about trading health for wealth when young, and then wanting to trade wealth for health when old.
that's the one. He tells that story about his billionaire uncle who, near the end, would give everything just for one good day of health back. It's sobering.
Really puts it in perspective. So what are some key wellness habits Sharma highlights beyond the basics?
Well, one fascinating one is Shinrin-yoku, forest bathing.
Forest bathing, like literally bathing in the forest.
Not quite. It's the Japanese practice of just immersing yourself in nature. Science actually backs it up. Lower blood pressure, less anxiety, fatigue.
It boosts creativity too, right?
Yeah.
He mentions Wolf and Darwin.
Yeah, their daily walks. It's about that restorative power of nature.
Makes sense. Then there's his point. Know your genes are not your destiny. That feels like a big claim.
It is. He links it to epigenetics. It's not about changing your actual DNA sequence, but how your lifestyle, food, exercise, environment can change how your genes are expressed, like flipping switches.
So we have more control than we might think.
Mm.
We're not just predetermined by genetics.
That's the empowering message. We have agency. We can influence our health trajectory.
Okay, that's huge. And then there's that incredibly short chapter.
Oh, yeah, the one on exercise. It basically just says, do it vigorously, daily. He calls it the elixir for an exceptional life. Short, sweet, powerful.
Can't argue with that. And food. He says seafood is medicine.
Back to Hippocrates, right? Let food be thy medicine. He lists specific foods, blueberries, salmon, avocados, nuts, eggs that boost mood and energy.
And he mentions the impact of poor nutrition globally. The sodium thing.
Yeah, the Lancet study. Millions of deaths linked to poor diet, with too much sodium being a major factor. And of course, just drinking enough water. Simple, but vital.
It's about conscious consumption. What about mental health? He talks about defending the health of our minds.
Right. Our brains have that built-in negativity bias, scanning for threats, so we need practices to counter it.
Like what? What does he suggest?
4 main things. Writing a "how could this be worse" paragraph in your journal, kind of a reverse gratitude. Then savoring good moments deliberately. Improving your self-talk, being kinder to yourself, and regular meditation.
He quotes Gandhi on meditation, right?
Yeah.
Meditating more when busy.
Yeah, to get more done. It highlights meditation not as a luxury, but as a tool for focus and productivity, training the mind.
Those are really practical. And then there's a dopamine detox. Why is that so important now?
Because, he argues, so many apps are designed to hijack our dopamine systems. We get used to constant hits of stimulation, which leads to hedonic adaptation, needing more just to feel okay, ending up kind of numb or apathetic.
So the detox, what does that involve? No phone first thing?
Yeah, no devices for the first couple of hours, fasting from social media, simple food, solitude, no alcohol. It's about resetting, recalibrating your brain's reward system, slowing down like Thoreau at Walden Pond.
Sounds intense, but probably necessary for many of us.
Oh,
And cold showers. What's the deal there?
that's about hormesis, brief, positive stress. The cold triggers cellular responses that actually build strength, health, resilience, longevity. A little stress makes you stronger.
Micro stress for macro benefit.
Okay.
And finally, for wellness, spiritual wellness.
Yeah, deepening that connection with your inner wisdom, your core self. Practices like solitude, quiet time, nature walks, prayer, reading wisdom, helping others. Nurturing the soul, essentially.
Okay, that covers wellness. Let's move to the third one, family. The happy family, happy life habit.
It
Feels incredibly important.
really is. Sharma calls the love of a good family, and he stresses good, not perfect, one of life's sweetest rewards, more valuable than any money.
A basic building block, he says.
Exactly, a fundamental foundation for your life story. He quotes Khalil Gibran, too. Love knows not its depth until the moment of parting. Reminds us not to take family for granted.
So true. And he has that amazing story. That time my mother took on a motorcycle gang.
Oh, it's fantastic. His elderly mom, worried about her grandkids, puts out neon cones to slow down this noisy biker gang.
And then she bakes them cookies.
Yes, and totally wins them over. They end up respecting her, even offering help. It's a beautiful illustration of, family, community, courage, kindness.
Incredible. What a woman. He also uses that metaphor, the love account.
Yeah, like a bank account for relationships. You make tiny daily deposits through small acts of kindness.
Like sending a book, saying how you feel, hugs.
Exactly. Those small things add up. He says they bring more happiness than a safe full of jewels. And it echoes Emerson. Without the rich heart, wealth is an ugly beggar.
It's a lovely way to frame relationship building. What about the loved one's eyeballs law? Sounds intriguing.
It's about empathy, really deep empathy. Making something important to you simply because it's important to someone you love. Even if you wouldn't normally care, you choose to care because they do.
So seeing the world through their eyes.
Precisely. Getting behind the eyeballs, as he puts it. Making what matters to them matter to you.
That takes effort, but probably builds incredible connection. Now, choosing a partner. He's very direct. Your choice of mate is 90% of your joy.
Yeah. He shares his own story of finding his partner, L, later in life. He emphasizes shared values, wanting stability over constant drama.
And he challenges the opposites attract idea.
He does. Based on his experience, he found the most satisfying, lasting relationship came from being with someone who is actually a whole lot like me. Shared values, interests, wanting peace, similarity over opposition for long-term joy.
Interesting take. And then one of the most moving habits.
Right.
Be a perfect moment creator.
Yes. The story of Eugene O'Kelly, the KPMG CEO, diagnosed with a terminal illness.
And he spent his last months intentionally creating special memories with his family.
Exactly. Actively, strategically creating these pure, wonderful, special moments. Swimming with dolphins, eating croissants in Paris after an overnight train. It's a powerful reminder not to put off those experiences. Create them now.
What a legacy. Just incredible. And the final point for family wellness, listening. Listen better than you speak.
So crucial and so rare today, isn't it? Deep listening. He uses that great analogy, 2 ears, 1 mouth. We should listen twice as much as we speak.
And he gives rules like don't interrupt.
Yeah, don't interrupt. Ask questions the listener learns. Pause before replying. And crucially, never ever check your phone when you're with someone. It's about giving your full presence.
That alone can change so many interactions. Okay, so we've covered growth, wellness, and family in depth. But there are 5 more forms of wealth in the book.
That's right. We should briefly touch on them. There's craft. That's about your work, seeing it as a purpose, striving for mastery, doing something meaningful.
Makes sense. Then money? He doesn't dismiss it, right?
Not at all. He sees it as fuel for freedom. It enables generosity, living authentically, supporting your ideals. It's a tool.
Okay. And community?
That's about your tribe, friends, allies, being a people builder, someone who lifts others up.
Important. And adventure.
Adding wonder and excitement, big trips, sure, but also finding novelty in the everyday, breaking routines.
Love that. And the last one? Service.
This is fundamental for Sharma, making others' lives better, finding purpose in a cause larger than yourself. He believes that's where you find your greatest self, beyond just money or status.
So wrapping up this deep dive, the big message from Robin Sharma is crystal clear. Real wealth isn't just about the bank balance.
Not even close. It's this holistic picture, intentionally cultivating growth, health, family, craft, community, all of it. He says your life always reflects you. As you rise, your outer conditions increase.
To match your new level of human greatness, right? It starts within. And his final message in the book is really potent. Live fully so you can die empty.
Don't reach the end with your potential, your magnificence, still locked inside.
Exactly. He brings up Alexander the Great's final wishes.
Oh yeah, the doctors carrying the coffin, the gold scattered, the empty hands hanging out.
To show everyone that we arrive with nothing and leave with nothing material. It's about the life lived, the contribution made.
So the final thought for you listening is, what does live fully so you can die empty mean for you? How can you start applying these ideas, maybe simplifying, stripping away what doesn't serve to make space for these real riches?